Back with another episode of Pottawattamie County Roots, presented by Hoy Kilnowski Funeral Home. I am Todd Studer, and today we welcome special guest Tara Slevin into the studio. Tara, I get to see you multiple times a year,
Absolutely.
usually when there's something big going on.
Exactly.
And of course, the Jennie Edmundson Foundation, the annual celebrity golf tournament and Gala is just around the corner.
Oh my gosh, a little closer than I think you always get really nervous when you're under your 3 weeks. So we're about 2.5 weeks out. It's August 1st is the big day.
August 1st, that's going to be a Saturday. And this is such a wonderful event. And I have been there for the past few years. It is breaking my heart that I have a conflict this year that I can't be there. But I do know that that's going to open up a slot for somebody else that maybe hasn't experienced it before, and they're going to find out just how great of a job you and your staff do putting this together.
That's okay. We'll put you on for next year as well. So you can't get rid of us. As I kind of joke, we're in our 24th year. And so we happen every year, and we'll certainly look forward. You've always brought just a great atmosphere to the event. You know, obviously, as we represent or we recognize our recipients during that event. And there's always a lot of nerves. And what we always say about our celebrity guests that join us, everybody's been touched by cancer. And so it just really brings that human side and human touch to it, and helping us not only raise important funds that our celebrity guests do, but also then to help us lift up and celebrate our recipients, not only that are honored this year, but as you know, from being a part, we have a tremendous amount of support from past recipients. I think last year we had about 30 that were in the room the night of the gala. And so I think part of that is just reminding them that our success in the fundraising is huge thanks to a lot of our sponsors and our donors, but also for them allowing us to tell their story. Because at the end of the day, the money is important, but it also helps the event remind us why we're there in the room.
Sometimes things can kind of take a life of their own. And this is one of those events, I think, that has done that. And it is something that everyone wants to be a part of. Every year that I've heard, there's a waiting list to play in the golf tournament, which that's the way it is again this year. And you get such an outpouring of community support.
Yes. You know, I will say we are just grateful for that. When I look back over the last 24 years, and it's kind of fun as we start to maybe think a little bit, what does the 25th look like next year?
Yeah.
We have a tremendous amount of our sponsors that have been with us 20 plus years. And then often we'll have, 2 to 3 new ones. Sometimes it's just a change in people's schedules or business way they don't come back. But for the most part, when I look at our entire sponsorship lineup, as well as usually we sell about 60 to 70 tables, and about 40 of those come back almost year after year. And from what that helps me tell is that they've been important to them as well. And we are so grateful for that, because we also know that we live in a community that does a lot of great things, and our sponsors support a lot of different organizations. But it warms our heart too when they come back each year and shows the value, and not just sign up for the table, but they show up in the room that night. So
not just the sponsors and not just those that are coming out to play, but you have a long list of volunteers
we certainly
that help out with this. And they're back every year too.
And they're back every year as well. I think as we looked at because out on the golf course, as you mentioned, we have 4 hospitality tents, we have 6 games, we've got the registration. We also have every one of our corporate teams, like yourself, has a celebrity that rides along with them. And then we have a volunteer caddy that comes out, which we often joke, some of our celebrities only play golf once a year at the tournament. Some of our caddies only caddy once a year at the tournament. So it's not necessarily the PGA, but we do have an awful lot of fun. But we would not be able to do this event without that kind of support. In addition to the volunteers, it's that in-kind support. Doll Distributing and Hy-Vee have been sponsoring the event for 24 years, providing product and also other fun things out on the course. And our printer, actually Barnhart Printing, has been sponsoring the event, I would say out of the 24 years, probably close to 20 of the years, which is absolutely amazing, because every cent that we save from those in-kind donations goes straight into the fund to help our patients with everyday expenses, from rent, utilities. We're doing a lot of that these days. Transportation costs with gas are just through the roof. I mean, we have patients that will drive up from Missouri for treatment. And when you're going to radiation 5 days a week, that is certainly a big draw.
Yeah, that's one of those things I think that people can overlook of the hidden expenses to be able to do all of this. And when someone is in that battle, every small thing that you can take off of their plate helps.
Absolutely.
And because what's happening internally and how positive they can stay. That's a big part.
That is a big part.
Yeah.
And that fear will creep in about, what happens with the expenses, or if I can't work during this time, what does that look like? And, this won't surprise you, but one of the biggest struggles that we have with our fund is sometimes getting people to use it. Because in the Midwest, people are so proud. They always think, gosh, somebody else needs this more than I do. And then you'll have one of our cancer center team that'll notice that they're losing weight. And when they get into the conversations, it's because maybe they can't afford the insure supplements, or they can't afford something else. And then that's sometimes how those conversations start. And it's reminding people, and kind of a phrase that we've kind of gone to is, let us help you now when you're in a moment of need. When you're back to work or life is back and you're thriving, you can always pay it forward to the next person. And that's usually what gets people in the Midwest, because we are proud and we don't want to take from somebody else. But because of the way our donors have been over the years, our fund is so flexible and it can meet that patient where they are and what they need.
When a family experiences loss, every detail matters. Hoy Kilnosky Funeral Home and Crematory provides compassionate guidance and personalized services designed to honor each life in a meaningful way. From traditional funerals and cremation services to pre-planning and grief resources, their experienced team is there to help lighten the burden. Hoy Kilnosky Funeral Home and Crematory in Council Bluffs. Learn more at hoyfuneral.com. On Pottawattamie County Roots, we explore the places that make our region home and the people who keep them connected. That is why we are proud to feature Marnie Elkhorn Communications, your local communications provider serving Marnie, Elkhorn, Walnut, Avoca, and other southwest Iowa towns with high-speed fiber internet, reliable phone service, and TV options built for rural living. With real local support and unlimited data plans, you get speeds up to 1 gig to work, stream, and stay in touch with family and neighbors. Visit metc.net to learn more and get connected today.
Well, there's so many different opportunities for businesses and individuals and organizations to be able to be a part of this and to help out.
Yeah.
I got a message from Carol Horner.
Oh, absolutely. Carol has been with us also, talking
Yeah,
about somebody who's been leading it for years.
And she said, hey, do you want to be back on one of the golf cart sponsorships again?
Yes.
And I thought, well, I can't be there, but yeah, because last year my face was on the front of the cart I was riding.
Carol's also very good at that. Yes.
Yes. But I said, so yes, you'll see me. You'll see
we appreciate that,
my information out there for Les Hills Medium podcast. I personally will not be on
We
the golf
appreciate
course.
that. Thank you.
But also a
Yes.
big thank you over the years for you getting me involved by lowering the bar of what it means to be a celebrity.
Well, you've got a lot of airtime, my friend. When you
Well,
look at your stats and the great impact that you're doing, you are right up there.
Well,
So
thank
we
you
appreciate
for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
been it stacks up in a hurry.
Yeah.
The amount of interviews that we've done.
Well, we're
coming through
grateful
here.
from our side of the table. So thank you for that and your leadership in that.
So this is, I bring that up with the golf cart sponsorships, is if you get one of those messages from Carol or anyone else who's helping out with that, this is a great way to get in front of a bunch of people.
$100. So
And
it's
for
easy
$100,
access.
and you know that money is helping someone directly in this area.
100% of our funds stay local. So with every cart sign, I think it's about, I don't remember what it costs us for the cart sign, but it's relatively not inexpensive, but then a good portion of your donation of $100 goes straight into the fund. And I think we have about 30 left. So if Carol calls, or if you
29 now, because I told you
exactly.
this. So.
Absolutely, yes. Or you can even go online to the jehfoundation.org or reach out to our office. We would love to get those last 29 sold. One of the things I always love about Carol too, she takes that very seriously. So
Yes.
no competitor will have another bank in front of their cart. So she does kind of go through it, has a little bit of fun with it, but so she's good people.
Oh, that's just the attention to detail, I think. And
Absolutely,
that matters. I was just talking with somebody earlier today about this very thing that, look, when it comes to big things, everybody does that. Everybody handles the big stuff. But when you're paying attention to the small little details, and I know that a lot of people are, because of how smoothly this event runs, because of how it just seemed like whatever it was that I needed was there at the next stop as I needed it. Somebody's thought all of this out.
Yeah. And that goes back to the incredible volunteer support that we have. Much like Carol, we've got Susie and then Joanne who do all of the flowers at cost for the event, which when you have 70 tables, that certainly adds up. But yeah, when you look at our volunteers who come back to the event, I mean, many are a decade plus long. And so for us, that gives us a relief because, we can put our attention in other areas because we know that they are very painstaking, right down to the hospitality tents and how you fluff that basket that goes on the hospitality tent. Because we know that Hy-Vee and Dollar sponsoring that and their reputation is what people will see when they roll up. And so that's also very important to our team, that we want to make sure that whether you're buying a ticket in the room, whether you're donating an auction item, or just showing some support, that you see how much we value that you've chosen to put your time and effort there, because it makes a huge difference.
I'm wondering about, on a personal level, as you are getting closer to the event, and you and the staff at the Jennie Edmundson Foundation, I could see this going a couple of different directions. Stress could go up as you get closer to the event, but at the same time, maybe it's going down because you know that we've got more of the details taken care of and more of this is ironed. So that by the time you actually get to the event, you're just kind of in the moment.
We would love that. And I think mentally, if we could all get there, because my team has done an incredible job, from our frontline volunteers to my team in the office that makes so much of this happen. But I think all of us have that one gene that we kept talking about, is what can we do? How do we make it better? How do we get to that little fine detail? There always seems to be many of those. So no, we stay pretty stressed out. I usually calm down when everybody's seated, their food's in front of them, and we're through the recipient videos. Yeah, so that's usually at the end of the night.
The first year I got to play in it, and I was sitting in that celebrity cart, and I was playing with a foursome that just a bunch of fun-loving guys.
Yeah,
and they were having fun, and I cannot hit a driver. That's my own personal thing. I just can't hit one, so I'm teeing off with a 2-iron, and one of them there said, we didn't pay all this money for this tournament to play with a celebrity and watch you tee off with a 2-iron. And I said, all right, buckle up. We're going into the other fairways here. But that's the type of attitude and fun that's going on out there. And it's across, I don't care where I was at. It's just a great feeling all across the golf course.
And that's a credit to the folks that are also out there, and much of our corporate teams that come back each year. And we have a lot of our facilities team is amazing. They work with their contractors. A lot of those folks have teams out there. We have a number of physician teams. We have enough of business teams. But again, when I look at, we've kind of gotten a little spoiled even with our foursomes, which is why we sell out every year, because we cap it at 32 just because we have all the celebrity guests, and we all need to get you home and showered and back to the dinner. So we have a very short time frame in there. So it's a busy day. Out of those 32 teams, probably 25, 26 come back every year. So we're kind of spoiled, which we appreciate that.
And yes, it's sold out, sells out every year. I understand though that if someone wants to get on the waiting list.
Right.
And because sometimes you'll have some last minute dropouts. It'll be a conflict. When you have doctors.
When you have doctors, oftentimes they're on call or something will happen with a partner. And so then they will usually pivot their donation to go to fund a need, and then they'll give us back the foursome to sell. So we do like to keep those 2 or 3 teams that have a little bit of flexibility, and we'll pull them in when we can. Absolutely.
So is there a way to still get on that list, or is that pretty full too?
They can't. I think we're down. I think we have about 2, maybe 2 on there right now, because folks' schedule fills up, if they're not available as we get a little bit closer. But yeah, they're welcome to just email the foundation or call us at 712-396-6040, and we will be happy to get them connected and on the list, and then we try to close that out as soon as we can.
Still availability at the gala though?
There certainly is. Okay. We're in high ticket selling mode at the moment. Anybody, I think our deadline was the 17th, or, us by at least that next Monday when our program goes to print. We can still list any of the ticket table sponsors at that time, but otherwise we'll take sales up until a couple days before or day of, and we can squeeze them in. Hope Sam's not watching, or maybe after the event, because she's the one that handles all that in our office, and she's amazing. And it's amazing how many changes we have day of, but that's just the way it rolls. And again,
this is amazing. Finding the right care for a loved one can feel overwhelming. Assisted Living Locators is here to help. Jean Bonker brings more than 30 years of experience serving families and has personally navigated the challenges of elder care. She understands the questions, the emotions, and the weight of these decisions. Jean becomes your advocate, guiding you through options with clarity, compassion, and personal support every step of the way. Call Assisted Living Locators at 402-690-5467 and move forward with confidence. Are you looking to grow your business or bring new jobs and investments to Southwest Iowa? Advance Southwest Iowa Corporation is the economic development organization for all of Pottawattamie County. Advance connects entrepreneurs, innovators, and established companies with resources, incentives, and strategic support to launch, expand, and thrive right here in our region. From site development to small business programs and community partnerships, Advance Southwest Iowa helps build a stronger local economy. Visit advancesouthwestiowa.com to learn more and get involved.
It's an opportunity to get dressed up and go out
Yeah.
and have a social event. Getting dressed up, I'm pretty sure, is not like required, and you don't turn people away, because I've seen people there that look like they just came from the golf course.
Absolutely. We say it's everything from church clothes, casual, to cocktail, and something a little bit in between. And so guys have it a little easier. It's a little harder for the gals to kind of gauge what that sounds like or what that looks like. But yeah, and then I love our Wheels of Courage folks. They come in their Wheels of Courage t-shirts and jeans, and they
Wow.
fill 3 tables, and that's what they do. And they're very proud. And that's, that's another event that kind of wraps in. We have the car show. And again, second time in 12 years, it was a beautiful day with no threat of storms.
Right.
So we had over 300 cars, and it was absolutely incredible. And they net usually about $30,000 to $35,000 a year, and so then they really do lead into the diamond sponsorship for the evening. So it's just a nice opportunity to highlight them and their work again. So yeah, our event is blessed to have so many people rolling in and being supportive in different ways.
How about the recipients this year? Those that are going to
yeah.
be honored at
Yeah.
the gala.
Once again, we have 4 amazing individuals, and imagine going through a cancer treatment, some more than one, and having someone say, could you share your story with me with your closest 700 friends, no stress, and then get up on stage. And I'm always amazed at how many will tell us yes. And a lot of times them, much like our patients, because they're hoping to help somebody else with their story. And so this year we have Bob Martins, Jennifer Pottawattamie, which I always get that wrong, God love her, Kathy Racine, and Abby Robinson. And so you can check out our website for some information. We're also doing features on our Facebook page. But yeah, you have an opportunity. Tickets are $100 an individual or $1,000 for a table. And we do try to put folks together, so you don't have to do the whole table. But if you've got 2 to 4 people that are coming and want to make sure you sit together, just let us know in the office.
Yeah, I do want to let you know that several years ago, I think I told you this story before, that you sat me next to a lot of ex-Cornhuskers.
Oh,
And I was sitting right next to Larry Jacobson.
yes.
And so I leaned over to him and I said, is this the wrong table to say how I'm a Hawkeye fan? He starts laughing.
I would say he was.
He started to laugh.
I love Larry.
And then,
He's amazing.
And
Yeah.
then the other players that were there start in on me. And what am I going to do? These guys lived it.
Dangerous territory. Yeah.
They lived it. And they were actually out there playing and on the turf and getting it done. I'm just some schmo who's sitting out here and running my mouth, who never did anything like that. And so I just sat there and took it.
They do like a little smack talk. Yeah.
There wasn't a thing that I could do about that. But it was such a fun night.
Yeah.
It was a fun night.
And I also like to remind people too that our celebrity guests that come like yourself, donate your time. I think a lot of times people think that we pay the celebrities to come and be a part of it. And even our folks that fly in, I know Brett Cullen just finished. He's on the Marshalls or TV series. He flies coach and comes in for free and spends an entire weekend. And as you know, we do the Friday night event for our recipients is kind of like a welcome. So you guys are there Friday night, you get up Saturday morning golf, you get to the dinner, and then you're out by, it is a lot to pack in.
Yes.
And for you guys to donate your time, your energy, donate back to the charity in itself. It's a lot to ask, and we are so grateful because folks have been doing it for so many years. And well, we'll let you off this year because of family commitment.
Right.
Remember those things taught. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's
Hope
okay.
that it works back. Yeah.
Once you have the date set for next year, you let me know.
First weekend in August.
I'll put it in my calendar.
Yeah.
And I'll make sure that if anybody's saying they're going to get married that day, you're going to have to push this off another day.
Yeah. We've learned weddings, graduations, anything to do with family, it's a little hard to compete with. So we do understand that. We do know our limits. Yes.
So just jehfoundation.org is the website.
Yep.
All the information is out there. You can get signed up. Silent auction going to be going on. That's actually starts before the night, right?
Yep. Joanne and Lynn will have that live on Monday, the 27th. And then you can bid on any of the silent or super silent auctions. And I think we'll also feature the live at that time as well.
So that it's a fun evening, and it is, as we said, all the money goes to a great cause. And get out and enjoy a night celebrating those who are.
Mhm.
It's pretty emotional.
It is. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because usually, I was sitting next to the lady who's now my wife, and she said, I didn't know that they were going to keep messing up my makeup.
I know. And that's like it's as we've been working with recipients to finalize their stories and also the video. I think for even some of them, like even this year, you are so in it and you are just going through it. You're getting to your treatments. You're doing all you need to do. It is amazing how many times you're like, wow, I have come through a lot,
Yeah.
and they have, several have, yeah. It's just, again, that's why I always say we're so grateful and try to stay connected with our past recipients, because it really reminds us why we're there in the room. And it takes a lot.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you for carving out a little bit of time to come in and do
Absolutely
this and
appreciate
talk
that.
about this. You're crazy busy,
Yeah,
and
well.
you got a tremendous staff over there.
So fortunate.
And
Yeah.
and I've had several of them come into the
Yes,
studio.
absolutely.
And everybody does a great job.
Yeah.
So
We're a little shyer than that. Jen and Sam do an amazing job. But getting in front of a camera is a little harder sometimes than the rest of us, but they do. We're so fortunate. Incredible team.
I'm coming for you. It sounds like a challenge.
I think it'll be a good challenge because they're
That would
amazing.
be
Yeah.
a lot of fun. All right, Tara Slevin. She is the Chief Philanthropy Officer for Jennie Edmundson Foundation. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all the work you're doing. Have a wonderful event.
Thank you.
And if you can find a way to have fun yourself and not just be overwhelmed with
Yes.
responsibilities,
You
do
know,
that too.
it's amazing to stand in the room. I'm more just my heart's just exploding because you see the people who have come back, and it's extremely rewarding. So I still always, my anxiety is a little high, but it's very rewarding.
So get signed up.
Yes,
Go to the
thank you.
gala.
Please do.
Have a great time. Also, thank you so much for watching Pottawattamie County Roots. If you would do me a favor, you see a like button there, share, follow, maybe even subscribe. Any of those things help push this information out further. More people can see what Tara was here talking about today. And that helps more of your friends and neighbors right here in this area with fundraisers like this, with the Celebrity Golf Tournament and Gala coming up on August 1st. So that's going to wrap things up for today. My name is Todd Studer. We'll see you next time.